Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's up, Facebook? What's up, Instagram? What's up, YouTube? We are live. Y'all already know what time it is. It is Thursday around 8:55, 9 o'clock, somewhere like that. Y'all already know what's going on and what's going down during that time. So make sure y'all are tuning in, share this live. What's up, Inglewood Brandon? What's up, Boss King? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We have a hot show for y'all tonight. There we go. We have a hot show for y'all tonight. Make sure y'all are sharing this live. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yes, indeed. Hey. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. Make sure y'all get y'all libations. We got our show for y'all tonight. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all already know what it is. It's Throwback Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, Turn Up Thursday, the Library Podcast Thursday with me, the one, the only, Ike with the Mic, aka the Potty Mouth Princess. And I have a very, very special guest. As you all know, this is one of my favorite months. I mean, the season kind of opens up with the Capricorns, of course. Then it goes into Black History Month, and I'm Black. And then Women's History Month. And being a woman, of course, this is what I do. So I am so excited to celebrate this Women's History Month with not only you all, but a ton of powerhouse women. I've been bringing them in and bringing them out. Okay, powerhouses coming out to celebrate Women's History Month and discuss about their business. And this week is nonetheless. Okay, I have a powerhouse in the loan industry. I have the true lending lady right here. She has several years in the business. So y'all gonna want to get y'all pencils, go get your pads, go call your friends, tell everybody to tune in because I have Huma right here on the couch. How are you?
Hey,
You're good. That's good. It is Thirsty Thursday.
It ain't no liquor in here,
It's
but
no
it's
liquor.
still thirsty,
It's,
okay?
yes.
It's thirsty.
Yes, it is tea. And for me, libation. Okay. So I just want to open up with just kind of giving the people an overview of who you are. Scoot in a little bit to me. We're gonna be cousins tonight. I want to give the people a little bit overview on who you are, what it is you do. And so yeah, let's just start there. Yes.
AKA the true lending lady.
The true lending lady.
I lend.
Mm-hmm.
I lend to the community. I lend to our community. I basically hustle mortgages.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Hustle mortgages.
I'm a hustler, right? That's
Yeah.
what I do. Been born and raised like that. Been through some things, right?
Yeah.
But was able to basically turn something around, right?
Yeah.
And I'm good at this,
Yeah.
right? So I think my biggest, well, let me step back. So when did I start doing this? 2017.
Okay.
I started at a bank. I ain't gonna say their name. Cool.
Yeah.
They do no,
Yeah.
no hard feelings, nothing like that. So I used to be an investor, early 2000s, right? Market crash, I got screwed, whatever. I think that's what makes me good at what I do, because I tell my clients, don't do this, right? When I was investing, my loan officer, stayed friends with him 20 years. He called me. I have business down at the stock exchange also, right? I was finance. That's where my financing comes from, all that good stuff. I think I started at the stock exchange like 1996 or something like that. My daughter was born in 99, right?
Yeah.
So moved my way in there, blah, blah, blah. Market crashed, right? So this loan officer was like, hey, you want to try to do some loans? Like, this bank, they got jewelry program going on, blah, blah, blah. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm good at finance, I know how to talk, blah, blah, blah. So I went there.
Mm-hmm.
The first day I was there, I'm sitting there, you know, it wasn't in the bank, it was more like a retail office, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for the phone to ring and stuff. I'm like, Sean, what is going on? What you gotta get your own, get my own business, right? What do you mean get my own business? I'm thinking I'm sitting in the bank.
It's gonna come to you.
And people are gonna start calling, you know, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. So I was talking to, I kind of picked up a mentor then after that. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to, you know, what am I supposed to do? She said, start calling everybody in your phone. Start at 8. All the way, and I did that. It took me probably like a month. And that's how I started getting business stuff. You know, and it was friends of friends. Girl, you just started doing this. So do you know what you're doing?
Come find out.
Come find out. That's how it was. So, I mean, ever since then, it was it. That was it. I'm good at it. I've been to a couple of financial institutions after that. I landed now where I am, Inspire Mortgage. Okay. We are a Black-owned company.
Yes, Black-owned.
So that's like huge for us, right?
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, my vision is just to the community. We need to get us in homes. Stop letting corporate. Corporate is coming, y'all. Corporate is coming. They're coming into our neighborhoods, right? And they're purchasing properties. They're not even, some are fixing to sell, but a lot of them are holding and they're renting. They're trying to stop us from, it, y'all. Stop it. You have to, home ownership is the stuff. In our household, I feel like a lot of minority households, especially my household, it wasn't no go to school and get your education and go buy a home. It was go to churches, you can't live here no more. Okay? I love Jesus and everything, but I mean,
we didn't teach a lot of that.
It wasn't taught that. So now that I know everything I know, that's why I love to do what I do, because I'm teaching that. Come on, y'all. It's a few bucks out here where it's assistance and all that good stuff. I'm just totally against paying rent. That's it. Your rent, you're paying, is going in the air. You're not getting any return.
In the air.
No return. At least you're paying into your own investment. You want to pull some money out or something like that. Hey, I need some money. I need to fix this, or I want to buy a car. Whatever it is, right? You pull some equity out. You can't go to your landlord. Mr. Landlord, I need some money. Let me get some of that back. It ain't happening. Even when you're done with that property, sell it. You get a return. So I think that's my whole biggest thing in our community, right? Putting this financial literacy out here. And I'm good at this stuff.
So I want to break some of that down, right? You gave us a really high level of who you are, what it is that you do, and really your mission in doing this, which is getting Black faces in home, getting our people of color owning something, being able to pull out equity, and but you also spoke a little bit about layered in that is some mentorship and really educating people. So just to wheel back, name me a time, if you could think back, where you had to really do a lot of education. I know sometimes we are in positions that are corporate, but then also it's like, oh, my heart is in it. And so you have some of those clients, I don't know if you call them clients, that may just kind of touch that heart. And so you give a extra layer of education. So if you could think back to a time where you had to do that for one of us.
I'm always like that. I don't even like, most of my clients become my friends. Like as a loan officer, like you're walking this person through everything. Sometimes I overteach. I don't want anybody leaving off the phone or anything like that not understanding what I said, right? So honestly, all of my clients. So if I have special people like your mom, right? I've been knowing your mom since I was a teenager, something like that. So with her, it was a little different. So I guess I could bring her in it. So I did actually come in this office and I showed her the computer. You know, these are the numbers. This is how this looks. This is why I'm doing this. So I think that was a good story. But
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of my clients, I'm a very personal person. Sometimes my managers, they hear me on the phone sometimes. They're like, "You talk too much. Like, you on the phone too long." I'm like, "But I like people, right?"
Yeah.
And it's not, and kind of to build their trust too, right?
Mhm.
So you kind of treat everybody like family.
Mhm.
So I don't really say my clients. I go, "Oh, that's my buddy.
That's my friend."
Yeah, like me closing deals and things like that. Like it's like 5 people that we're actually friends. Like they want the 2 of them, 3 of them came here. Remember when we had the big thing going on? So I'm personable.
Yeah.
I really don't have a special story.
Yeah.
All of them are special.
Yeah.
All my clients / friends are special people.
Yeah. And I think that that's so important. I like that you said that that they are our clients that become friends, because that shows who you are as a person and your passion for this. This passion you didn't just wake up with this passion. So how did you get the passion for doing this?
I think, first of all, because I was good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, after people actually get in their homes.
Seeing the success.
Super duper excited because a lot of them think they couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
They think they couldn't become a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see those faces, I think that's what really, and then people appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh my God, I love you. Thank you."
Yeah.
So that was my passion. That was it. I help somebody. I've always been a helpful person, So just seeing those faces, I think that's really where the passion came from. Somebody had called me. I haven't talked to her since 2019. And she called. No, she texted first. And I had her number saved, And she was like, "You still doing loans?" I said, "Till I passed away."
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's like, this is what I do. That's where the passion came from, seeing those faces. Anytime you think a person cannot do something, right, and you rooting them on, and then it happens.
The success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that's the passion.
Yeah.
Them faces.
So let's dial back a bit and talk a little bit about who you are. You're from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You started in financing. Black woman, by multiracial.
Black and
Pakistani, multiracial woman. How did you navigate all of those things?
So easily.
Okay.
I have a good mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I know what to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like me growing up, South Side, whoever, the people I was raised around, you were just taught to speak and get what you ask for. Closed mouth don't get fed. Now that
closed mouth don't get fed.
So I think my hustle, because I used to hustling.
Yeah.
But I think that played a major part.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I'll add into that and say I believe that it played a lot because you're in a male dominated field.
Yes.
Kind
of, sort of.
Okay.
There are a lot of female loan officers now. Recently.
Okay.
And maybe just because I know a bunch. But you're right. The men do dominate it. I'm a little rough around the edges anyway, so I blend it right on in.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I mean, me being raised around my uncles and stuff like that, cousins, mostly guys, I just kind of learned how to maneuver in.
Yeah.
If you could do it, I could do it too. Because you're a man. It's something, of course, I can't do that they can do. But I think that's kind of where it came from, me being raised. Even like the family, how you grew up with the family, right? And there's like your family, so it was guys there too, right? So it was always, I don't know, because you hear guys talk, so how to act, and you kind of thinking like them too. So I think that played a major part, and
So having a lot of street smarts,
absolutely,
having a lot of, because there's book smarts, which is a big portion of it, because you dealing with finances, and I couldn't touch a number. I couldn't touch a number if I tried. But then having that extra layer of that common sense or that street smarts to go with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I love my family. I love the people I grew up with and all that stuff because they did play a major part in who I am today. I regret nothing. I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Life is obstacles.
Yeah.
And I'm still maneuvering through them obstacles.
Yeah.
But the people, again, behind me, you know, they're a part of this. They actually helped me out. So the maneuvering part did come from the way I was raised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy breezy cover girl.
Yeah, easy breezy cover girl. I think you kind of opened up into what my next topic would be, which is just really breaking down some of those obstacles, rather personally or fiscally or in your work, that really have just cultivated you as a person.
I mean, life is life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes through something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Obstacles. Like every day is an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Even to get a loan through sometimes is an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes somebody might have thought they told me something and they didn't. So because you didn't say anything to me, now you done created this, right? Now here's the underwriter. I'm always gonna talk in the business. I apologize.
Yeah, no.
But I'm always, like I think I want to say everybody, when you have a loan officer, be honest with your loan officer to make that person's life easy as possible, which that will make your life easy as possible.
So let's stop there. Because when you say be honest, I think some of the audience, just so they can kind of understand when you say be honest, what are some of the things that, say for instance, person A has come in and they have acquired you as a loan officer, and then later on in the process you find out that they weren't honest about some things. And so what are some of those things that kind of create like an obstacle in that lending process?
So everybody has to realize that public information is public information.
Mm-hmm.
That includes foreclosures. That includes
Mm-hmm.
bankruptcies.
Mm-hmm.
That includes businesses. If you have an LLC out there, I call it the secret squirrel system. That's the underwriter's secret squirrel system. They can look this stuff up. So just because you went to some credit repair person and they didn't erase this stuff, we have found out.
Yeah.
You are not, your seasoning is not yet there. So you can't get a loan.
Yeah.
So you thought you was hiding something? Now you created some stuff. And now you made me look bad because I can't close the loan.
Yeah.
That ain't never really happened to me.
Yeah, but that's just
So now I really know the questions to ask. I think that's why I'm so personable too. Hey, you do? How you do that? You work at People's Care? Okay, cool. You do anything else? I do a little hair on the side. Oh, okay. You got a business? I do. You just got to bring that stuff out.
Yeah.
LLC, that's a totally different type of income.
Yeah.
If you're taking loss, I don't think I want to get all the way into that because that's like a class. But things like that, you have to be honest. So just be honest with everything. Answer the questions fully. Even if you think it don't matter, it might still say it.
Yeah.
Still say it. So the way I talk and like I'm so good at this now, I kind of know what to ask, right? Because in the beginning, girl, it was some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you
had to learn on the fly.
I did. Like, you didn't say that. Like, you didn't think that was a thing. So yeah.
So you mentioned a little bit about how your own investments created more knowledge for how you tell other people how to, do this, don't do this, do that, don't do that. And so, what is a piece of advice that you would give, say, a person that is looking, they're in the beginning process of looking for places, they're, like, hey, I want to try to see if I'm approved, but then I don't know. What advice would you give?
So a lot of people right now, and I strongly suggest this, if this is your first time, you do want to get some type of multi-unit, right? So I have a lot of people come, I want to invest, but I'm going to live in one of the units. That's cool. I love it, right? Because that's how you should start. Because that other unit, 2 units, 3 units, or whatever is kind of, if not assisting the mortgage, it's totally covering it. Sometimes you have residual income afterwards, right? So to my investors, I always tell them the thing that I messed up on. I got that first rental house. I thought I was the stuff. Here comes this lady. She got 2 kids with her, older kids. They giving, back then we was probably doing like 2 months security or something like that, 1 month rent, something like that. She had them. Yeah.
She had cash.
She had it. She like boom, boom, boom. I'm shit, okay. Yeah, like this is my first thing. So I'm gonna like this. I'm
Yeah.
Off of that. That lady ain't paid nothing else after that.
Oh Lord.
So it took me months to get her out, right?
And to recoup that cost, how did that happen?
I was screwed. I mean, I had a few bucks saved or whatever, but it's still, anytime you get into an investment, you're there to make money, not lose money.
Yeah.
Right? So I always let my people know, because some be scared, especially when you have single women, kids, and things like that.
Yeah.
Like right now, the percentage of single women purchasing, like last year, is higher than, men purchasing. I don't know the percentages right offhand, but we just kind of looked this up. I should have brought it.
Yeah.
So, and that's minority people. Okay. They be a little scared, but my thing is, you want to do a full background check.
Yeah.
Check that credit. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I finally had to end up getting an attorney, and he was like, "She got 5 evictions. You didn't look at this?" I'm shit. No, the money was there.
Yeah.
So. And then they left my place very nasty and messed up. So my advice to people who are going to do this, to try to invest, even if it's, you're living in one unit and you're renting out the others.
Yeah.
You screen that person. Hey, Mrs. Johnson, you home? I got an application. Let me stop by. You want to see how that person is living, right? So they're going to come mess up your place, right? So that's my advice. When you're doing that, when you're doing investing, that's what I told your mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Make sure you screen them. To me, Section 8 is the best thing happens.
Okay.
Your money is going to be there.
Right? Yeah, correct.
A lot of my folks that, during the pandemic, that, I got them into homes, buildings and things, they was calling who they are not paying the rent.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing them going to work.
Yeah.
What could you do? But my Section 8 people that listen, they was cool.
They still good.
They were cool. It's always good, especially like if you have 3 or 4 units, you always kind of want to mix the rents up. You want to have a Section 8. You want to try to have a regular market person in there too, but do your due diligence. Yeah. Because you'll be screwed. Yeah. So that's my advice to everybody. My advice is based off of experience. Absolutely. Yeah. In the name of Jesus. So I didn't read no book. Yeah. Nobody tell me nothing. I witnessed it. I did it. I saw it.
And I think that that's so important because as people of color, we're not as trusting. We're not as trusting. And so for someone like you who you've seen it with your eyes, you are letting the people know based off of history, based off of what I've seen, what has been done, and the success is off of what has been successful as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, in speaking about success, what has been one of your greatest accomplishments as a loan officer?
2021, I was awarded Scotsman. It was a Scotsman award. Like, that was huge.
Okay.
Everybody was making money though during COVID. Like, it's terrible that every time we have tragedy, wars and things like that, we make a lot of money. Okay. So I think that was my most success. That 2021, I think I got like 180 people in homes that year.
Whoa.
Something like that. So I think
180 people got in homes that year. Yeah. So we have a question from the audience, and I'm going to try to read it. Goldilocks says, but how do you get approved with minimum monies to rebuild that building? So I'm assuming what you're stating, because most of the buildings need major work or are highly expensive these days. Okay, so I'm gonna and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna try to reword your question. So, assuming that you are trying to get a multi-unit, like Huma has spoken about a little bit earlier in the conversation. So, what advice would you give someone that doesn't have a whole lot of income, but probably enough to get approved in getting a multi-unit, but the multi-unit needs work?
We have rehab loans. We have they're called 203K loans. That's FHA. It has to be your primary residence. There's no down payment assistance really available on rehab loans. Because you're working like with contractors now, so lenders look at it like kind of risk.
Like risk, yeah.
All contractors ain't good.
Ain't good contractors.
You really gotta really sought out a contractor. Like you really got somebody you know, trust. They've done it. You've seen it because contractors are not man. If you're doing rehab loans, like the biggest thing, you have to have time. You have to have the money. That's just the bottom line. You have to have time. You have to have the money.
It's funny thinking about that. I think about just off topic, but Real Housewives of Atlanta. One of the ladies, Sheree Whitfield. People have been talking about her for like over a decade because she ended up wanting to get a chateau. That's what she was calling her home, and it took her about 10 years on the show to get this home built, but she had so many issues with contractors. She went into bankruptcy. She did like so many, and she went through about 10 or 12 contractors. So it's funny hearing you say that because that is a thing, y'all.
It is. It really is. You really got to be careful. I think like if this is your first project, you don't want to do no full gut. Like if you get something that you might just need to update, a roof or something like that. You don't want to tear no walls out. And you don't want to do none of that. Not on your first move. It's a lot. So if you do find something, and then in the city right now, it's not a lot of inventory out here.
Correct.
So there are beat up buildings and things like that. You even have buildings that some of these investors, and they might be new investors, I don't know, but I'm seeing a lot of it too now that you're finding the building, it's gutted out. What y'all ran out of money? Things like that. So even if you could find something like that where somebody started and they just didn't have the money to finish, that's a good start also. I think, and I always preach this, like tax season, everybody's getting their taxes. Save that money. Some of these down payment assistance programs are really not for everybody.
Correct.
Right? I have a program, 100% finance in FHA.
Now hold on. Get y'all pens now. Get your pens. Okay.
100% finance in FHA loan, right? FHA is a government loan. It's basically backed up by the government. If somebody forfeits on the mortgage, the government is basically insuring a piece of that, right? For the lender or whatever. So the minimum down payment for FHA loans is 3.5%, right? So
the minimum down payment
is 3.5% of the purchase.
3.5% of the purchase price. So, for instance, if my property is
$200,000, 3.5% is $7,000.
Okay.
Right? This program is going to finance the $7,000 for you. Okay.
We'll finance it.
So you're ending up with two loans. You have the first loan for the full mortgage. And now you then finance your down payment. I don't like the program right now, y'all, because the interest rate is higher.
Correct.
It's 2 points higher right now than the regular market. So guess what? Everybody's talking about it. The feds are announcing the interest rates are going to go down second, third quarter this year, right? So let's just say August, September, something like that. Right?
Yeah.
I did a few loans for those, those kind of loans.
Yeah.
September, October, whatever. I told my people, listen, you're going to miss out on the refinance boom when it comes. The only way you're going to win, if you went in with some equity on this home, right? Because me refinancing you got to pay that money back.
You still got to pay it back.
You got to pay it back.
So you're like upside down.
Basically.
Okay.
You ain't going to make it. You going to miss I'm just telling you, the interest rate is 8.25%. You're going to be stuck in that 8.25%.
8.25%.
8.25% on the first lien. That's what we call it. And then the second lien is what you are financing. That's 2 points higher. That's 10.25%.
Yeah.
Save your own money. $7,000 ain't that much money.
Yeah.
I know for single women and all that stuff, there's a lot of us out here, but you gotta sacrifice.
You gotta sacrifice.
You gotta sacrifice. And then even you.
And baby, I'm sacrificing real nicely. I'm doing my own nails, my own lashes.
In the name
of
Jesus.
I'm safe.
Okay. You have
steroids.
But
Yeah.
it could be done. So
Yeah.
you turn out better.
Yeah.
But that's that program. So with the rehab loans, there's really no down payment assistance out there for those.
Mm-hmm.
There's one DPA out there. It's
And
MMRP,
DPA, you got to break it
down
down.
payment assistance.
Down payment assistance.
DPA, down payment assistance. It's only one out there that would cover rehab loans, that would cover up to a 4-unit MMRP, micromanagement recovery program. It's something like that. NHS runs it. That's the only grant out there. But it ain't none right now.
Yeah.
It's first come, first serve when it comes, and it's not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only grant out there that you can use for rehab loans.
Okay.
Other than that, you save your own money.
And then we have one more question. I had to stand up a little bit. And so circling back to Goldilocks, she said, so now is not the time to buy ?
Who said that? Absolutely not. Are you renting?
Are you renting? That would be the question. Her other comment is, I work for TSA and I want to utilize my TSP, etc., to start to build generational wealth and honestly live in my own. So she is renting, building while it's being paid for.
Yeah. So if you're renting, it's always the right time to buy.
Okay.
It ain't never not the right time to buy.
Pause. Say that one more time.
If you are renting,
Mm-hmm.
this is the time to buy.
Correct.
It ain't never a wrong time to buy. What are you waiting for? The
Yeah.
interest rate to do this? Because when the interest rate to do this, the housing market is going to do this, just like what it's been doing, right?
Yeah.
The interest rates are up a little bit. Honestly, these are where the interest rates are supposed to be. They're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Ask your grandparents, ask your great-grandparents, where was their interest rate? 18%, 20%.
Mm-hmm.
How much did they have to put down? 50%,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's always the right time to buy if you're renting.
If you're renting.
If you're living at home, you can stay in your mama and your grandmother and all that. Hey, go ahead and save the money, but it's never a wrong time to buy. Right?
Yeah.
You're getting a return. That's a good investment.
Yeah.
It's a good investment. You just got to be smart about it. You have to have the right team to run you through it, hold your hand, all that good stuff. I'm that person. I'm that person because I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
I can sleep at night, right?
Yeah.
I know I did good deed. I sleep good every night.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's very important to acknowledge that you have a wealth of information. And so do you do mentorships for other girls who look at you and say, hey, I don't know what she's talking about, but that's what I want to do for a living. Like, I don't know where I got to start, but that's who I want to be. So do you have a mentorship program? Or do you have advice?
Not yet. I mean, like I'm never going to retire from this.
Correct.
Right? I mean, until I pass away, I'm going to be doing this.
Yeah.
So I think once I get up there in the age, I'm 50 now. So maybe
Yeah.
in 10 years or something like
Come
that.
on, 50?
When I'm ready to slow down, maybe I will do that. I have had, young women come to me,
Mm-hmm.
even like buyers.
Mm-hmm.
My client friends come to me and I give them advice.
Mm-hmm.
Do they somehow do it? I don't know.
No, yeah.
If anybody comes to me and asks questions and things like that, I have no problem with giving advice. It's just I ain't got the time like that to really, mentor like that. Like anytime you switch companies, which I did just switch companies in October.
Okay.
Right? It's like you're building your brand back up. Yeah. So like right now, and I've been to like 3 companies like within the last 2-3 years, something like that. If I see something I don't like, I'm out. There ain't no reason for me to sit back for what? Take time to do what? No. So right now,
and so before you get past that, because I find that interesting, when we think about women in careers, period, the old school rhetoric was get with a place, stay with them, build up, do this, and so now with like the millennials coming in, it's been like, okay, this is bad for my mental health. Like, this job is not this job is not that. And so to hear you say that, how did you get to that point?
When I found something that wasn't supposed to be right.
Yeah.
And I'm a grown up. If
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable about something, I'm gone.
So you've always been like that throughout your career?
Throughout my career, throughout this career, absolutely. Yes. This is a new day and age, right?
Yeah.
So young folks, if y'all ain't happy, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say to find employment that you're happy doing.
Correct.
But it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. So don't sit at a dead end job. Like I'll have people, borrowers coming to me, and they've been on their job, because I screen talk to them. How you doing? I've been 30 years. I'm like, okay, and you only making $30,000. No, no, that's not a good thing. So move around. This is a new day and age. This is 2024.
Yeah.
So no, if you're not comfortable, you move around.
Yeah.
You're a grown up, right? If you work and you're a grown up, don't sit there and stay. No, absolutely not. No.
And so, in that moving, you found a great home.
I did.
You found a great home that is also Black owned.
Yep.
Correct. So, where can the people find you all, and what all do you guys do there at Inspire Mortgage?
Inspire Mortgage, we do everything. We do loans. We do FHA. We do conventional. Hard money. Hard money is for investors. There's not really a loan out there that we don't mess with.
Okay.
We are Black owned. That's the main thing, right? We're more of a family there.
Okay.
Right? So it's a tight knit family. Customer service skills are awesome. We take care of each other. Like my manager, he does stuff. He looks out for us. I love everybody on my team. Like seriously, like we're really like a family. We might argue and then we kiss and make up the next day.
That's
family.
That's
family.
Like
a true family, right?
That's family.
So Inspire Mortgage, we're out there. It's Inspire Mortgage LLC. We're out there in Hammond, Indiana, and then we also have an office in South Holland. That's really where I sit, in South Holland.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm an educator, babe. I love what I do. I'm educating. Any of you guys out there, I really suggest, if you are not homeowners, to please try to do something. Reach out to me. Even follow me on Instagram. I am, at The True Lending Lady. I give good information on my Instagram page, my social media, all that good stuff. People reach out to me all the time, inbox me and stuff like that. So I'm here. Yes, we're here.
The True Lending Lady.
The True.
Okay. What are some of the things that you have coming up? I know you guys do some events. What are some of the things that you have coming up that you can think right off top?
What are we? Listen, I'm still planning. So
yeah.
I think the next thing is going to be a sip and paint, right? Education. So like before the pandemic, I did a lot of speaking engagements and things like that. Home buying seminars, they were so boring.
Nice.
So like after that, let's turn this around.
Yeah.
Everybody likes liquor. Everybody likes something to do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to incorporate something in that. Even like church, like January, me and one of my realtor partners, we did a home buying vision board.
Nice.
Like, it was the bomb. Like anytime you throw Jesus in it,
yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was the bomb. You had everybody's attention and you had something for them to do. Right? The questions was in there. It was vibing, right?
Yeah.
So that's more like what I'm doing. And you guys just came to the other a couple Fridays ago. That was really supposed to be like a Valentine's Day Friday. We called it Lovers, Loans, and Friends. Yeah. And we really talked about, we had it at a 2-unit rehab, right? Lovers, Loans, and Friends, because it's true, where the interest rates are, where the housing market is, the cost of it, sometimes you do need a partner. Yeah. Goldilocks, sometimes you do need somebody, like even if you bring mom in or a cousin or somebody, y'all sharing, y'all living together, but y'all in separate units, right? So that's why we had that event. I think the next event that I'm trying to do is more like a sip and paint. I'm going to, of course, get with one of my agents, one of my real estate referral partners. We're going to do that. And we're probably going to have them drive, a house or something like that. I like to bring a credit person in. Before we would do like a home inspector, a attorney, and all of that. It's kind of boring. Yeah. Let's bring the real folks in, right? Bring the credit person in.
Get the people.
Absolutely. Because a lot of us, community, our credit don't be nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be the next event. I'm really trying to get in my head what else. But we do like, sometimes we'll do like live Zoom, they do live Zooms, things like that where people can come on and ask questions. Like I said, we just switch, I just switched companies, so we're just getting acclimated back into, just letting people know who we are and where we are. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm focused on.
And so what are some tips that you would give the people who credit is probably not, first and foremost, before we go into that, where should your credit be to get one of these loans that you've mentioned? You mentioned a conventional loan, you mentioned the FHA loan, and then you mentioned for the investors.
So actually, a minimum. We do minimum 580 credit scores, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got the good 580, then you got the bad 580.
Okay, what's the difference?
A good 580 is somebody that's just establishing credit, right? You ain't got that much history, so here, your score is here. A bad 580 is somebody just don't pay bills.
Okay.
So I get a lot of those. And I'm just looking like, okay, it's okay, we got to clean this up, because who in their right mind looks at your credit history? That's how creditors know us, right? They look at our credit history. You don't pay bills. Why the hell would I loan you some money? You don't pay no bills, right? So good 580s, bad 580s. FHA, like for us to have no issues underwriting and all that stuff, and they ain't trying to get an arm and a leg and all of that, you really want to be at that 640 level.
Okay.
That's FHA. To get a conventional loan, you want to be over that 680 level. You can't have any derogatory. I don't care if the derogatory was from 12 years ago. If it's our credit, you're going to have issues. So conventionally, you really want to be in the 700s, right? And no derogatory. When I say derogatory, I mean no collections, no 30-day late payments, no repossessions, pay your bills. That's it. Good credit history. You have to pay your bills. Have to pay your
bills. Give
them
people their coins.
Exactly.
Okay. Don't have no 30-day lates.
Yep.
Don't have no
bankruptcies.
Don't have no repossessions. I heard that one.
That's it. No late, no collection.
Pay y'all bills.
Pay the bills.
Yeah.
Yes. You ask Mr. and Mrs. Creditor.
Yeah.
Loan me this money. I'm going to pay you. Pay it.
Yeah.
The only thing like collections that we don't care about are medical, right? You didn't ask to be sick. You didn't say, hey, how's your get sick? I'm paying you. So we don't care about medical. But at the same time, medical, like, when it hits, it does affect it. And that's our collections, guys. Because a lot of people think a collection hits, oh, my score dropped. It did. But every month they report it's going to keep dropping. So take care of it, whatever it is. A lot of times, I always tell my clients too, like when there are old collections, they're so old. Oh, you owe this? Call that collection agency and settle.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people, oh, if you settle, does it matter? No, as long as you take care of it, it doesn't matter. It's not reporting derogatory to your credit anymore. And the best way to approach these collection agencies, because all the reps have a quota each day, right?
Yep.
So you always want to call them at the end of the day, right? So if you call in Mr. Bob or whatever, and he missing $200, all I need to make my quota, you got $1,200 collection. You like, Mr. Bob, I got $200. He gonna take it 9 times out of 10. So you always want to call the collection agency at the end of the day, right before they can close.
Okay, I'm gonna reiterate that. If y'all have these collections on your credit, call these people right before they close, okay? They got quotas to fill, and get that stuff paid off. So I have one last piece of a question that kind of loops into who you are all around. You mentioned earlier in the podcast that you are 50 right now. And so what advice would Huma, 50-year-old Huma, give 18-year-old Huma?
Don't have a child from that dad. No. You picked the wrong baby daddy. You picked the wrong baby daddy. I love my child. At 18 years old, oh my God, I don't really want to say, but it's a lot of things that I shouldn't have did. But at the same time, I would not be the person today. So I think it should have been more like, listen to your first mind. You should have did that. I really can't get into it because I was really rough around the edges, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm here today, that I even made 50. That's how I'm feeling right now. But I think that would kind of be another story because I don't want people to look at me crazy and stuff like that because I was a little rough. I did some things.
As we all. We all was a little rough.
But I don't think my 18-year-old self probably, my 18-year-old probably self would have said, go ahead and get at least 2 years of college. I think so. I didn't like the school thing. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like I did the high school thing. It was cool. It was like, all right, this is boring.
Yeah, but you
I
did
want
it.
to make some money. Like that's how it was. That's how I've always been. So straight out of high school, I started working, hustling, doing whatever it was that I needed to do to make money. I wanted to dress. I wanted Jordans. I wanted all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I feel like I should have just at least got that little piece of paper, even if I did 2 years. I think that's what the 50-year-old would tell the 18-year-old woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let the people know where they can find you, all of your social media platforms, all of the places if they want to apply for a loan, where they come to, all of those things.
HUMMALoans.com. HUMMA loans.com. That's how you apply. Follow me on Instagram at The True Lending Lady. And Facebook, I'm Huma Hussain.
Period.
HUMMA, HUSSAIN. They could even call me 773
period
562-0428. But please follow me on Instagram. I ain't got no followers. I need some followers.
Follow her on Instagram, please. Also, the number is 773
562 0428.
0428. Make sure y'all call her. Get y'all credit together. Hey, Huma, I have a 530. I need some help.
I have somebody for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
If y'all credit is not up to par, but you are thinking that, hey, I want to be a homeowner, right? If that's what your thought is, call her. Your credit may be at a 400. It should not be. But if it is, it's okay. Give her a call. Because in giving a call to Huma, she is going to put you with the right resources, in the right ears, in the right places, so that you can then get your shit together and then circle back with her when you're ready. So again, that number is
773-562-0428. And let me say this, I throw nobody away. I've worked with people for years. I have, and I should have thought about this as far as success stories. Folks, like I remember these two ladies. I met them at the Chicago Urban League. I used to do a lot of teaching there. And their credit was, oh my Jesus, right? I gave them the process. One lady, 2018, she finally closed in 2021.
Jesus.
Yes. The other lady, it was kind of around the same time, but I don't throw you away. If you follow the process, you're going to be successful. And honestly, please, minority people, we have to stop letting these corporate people come into our neighborhoods and buying and making us rent. We could do it. You have to have discipline. That's it, discipline. You have to sacrifice. If you're in a studio, so what? Studio Udio, save, do what you have to do. It's going to pay off in the long run.
Yeah,
it is. It's going to pay off in the long run.
So I want to thank you for coming. This month means so much to me because I have a platform that I've sat on for several years, and now I'm able to really do with it what I want, and being able to have Black women like yourselves come on and talk about what it is that you do and bring this information and knowledge to our community is so important. And the work that you're doing. So I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your schedule for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you should have been my daughter.
But no, I really, really appreciate you because this is powerful. This is powerful. There are girls that look and say, oh, man, I can do that too, huh? Like I can, and so being able to just take time out of your schedule and speak on this platform, I'm just so appreciative. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's Women's History Month, y'all. We up. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Library Podcast. Tune in every Thursday, 8:55 p.m. Central Time, Throwback Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, Turn Up Thursday, the Library Podcast Thursday with me, Ike with the mic, aka the Potty Mouth Princess, and Huma Hussein. Make sure you follow her, okay? Instagram, she's at the True Lending Lady. She needs some followers on Instagram.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's go.
Love y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next week.